Hello, Internet. Hello, Henry. This is Sam Rubenstein. This is After Campfire. I am sick. I am dying. If you cannot hear it, I cannot help you. I'm sick right now. I do not have COVID. I got tested just a couple times just to make sure. But I am sick. But alas, I, an adult, must still go to work and must still make videos for Henry to watch. Um, and therefore, we are making this video. So, we're going to jump right into it. One, I'm tired. I'm so tired. I don't feel well. Two, hi. I'm glad you had a nice trip, Henry. I could have told you that trying to snowboard and record on your phone at the same time was a bad idea. Um, but I didn't want to because I wanted to see what would have happened, and it was great. Um, I'm going to go quickly because I don't feel well, but I'm also going to call out some things. So, first off, I asked Henry for a distinct, specific camp memory. And here's my problem Henry did not give me a memory, Henry gave me an experience, like a concept. And that's fine. We've done that question before. Like what's something that existed that didn't exist, and they could talk about, revelry, and we could talk about um, cabin points, and we could talk about going to McDonald's and what have you, blah, 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 blah. We've done that. That wasn't what I wanted, and I'm going to clarify and hope to get it back. And I'm not going to ask a question this time because I want Henry to try again with a better understanding of what I want. I want a memory. I want a story that if you were to explain it to a kid now, they will say, that doesn't make sense. That can't happen at camp. Um, like if I want to like talk about something that could never, Cabin 38 could never exist now. Like it's just not possible. They would never do it. It was a terrible idea in its concept and structure. No. Here's what I'm going to say. All right, I'm going to tell you a memory, a story. It's a true story. It could never happen. In a billion years, I don't think. And it's nothing against the kids. It's nothing against two weekers as much as I want to make it about it. But all right. So here's a memory that just boggles kids' minds every time. All right. So long story short, I was not the best camper. Especially early on, I would leave camp. I'm just gonna stop there. I'm not gonna no advice for future generations. Um, and I would get in trouble every so often. And there's a laundry list of things that I did that got me into a lot of trouble. But suffice to say, it ended up putting me in a cabin with, not the most wholesome of individuals. We were the bad kids cabin. Now, what I'm going to explain, the memory I'm going to specifically steal so that Henry cannot use it, happened my second year, senior year, when my cabin was in 19A. My cabin was in 19A. We were combined second and a third year senior cabin, thrown together, of a lot of the worst second and third years on camp. Now, I need to paint a picture. It was, believe it was it DJ Todd? It might have been DJ Todd. It was a social. Okay, it was in the sports center, and they were singing and there was dancing and there was normal social behavior. And then, um, very quickly, a lot of the senior boys began talking about partying and raves. And I'm pretty sure it was DJ Todd because everyone had glow sticks. Okay. Now, what then we explain is that we're all hearing this, we're all having this discussion. You hear it going on. Now, like, that's great. I have to clean up senior canteen alone because I did something. I don't remember what I did. I'll be honest with you. I did a lot of things. I think I got caught with like a large amount of contraband, like a large amount. Um, some stuff that I got smuggled into camp, some stuff that I bought and sold, some stuff that I acquired from places on camp that I wasn't supposed to be. They found it. It's never like anything cool. Like, I don't want kids to be like, what, Sam, like, dealt drugs? No, that wasn't that. No, I dealt in amenities. Is my nice way to say it. Information. So, suffice to say, I was in trouble. I had to clean the entire senior canteen alone. So I'm finished cleaning the senior canteen and I'm walking up the hill. And as I'm walking up the hill, you begin to hear a noise. And the noise is coming from cabin 19A. This is very loudspeaker, and it's boom, 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 boom. Now, I'm not going to talk about the song that was playing. Yeah. The song that was playing was Boom, Boom, Boom by the Venga Boys. A phenomenal song. Beautiful. And it was playing on loop. And so I get all hyped up because I love that song because it played at every flagpole every morning. So I'm running, I'm getting up the hill, and I run to the cabin, and you run in, there's kids in pajamas and boxers and what have you, dancing and boom, 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 boom. And it expands and grows because now you have cabin 19B in there, and 18A and 18B, and there's about like 40 some odd, 50 some odd kids in this one cabin that just stuffed in, dancing, and then all of a sudden the music stops, and you just hear, Doug is coming! Scatter! And all of us just run. We run. And there's nowhere to run, so we're now jumping from like the balcony, the porch. We're jumping out the windows. We're doing everything we can to escape. We run down the hill into cabin 18A, where there's a person, not going to name their name, who attaches the iPod that we've been doing this on, because it was iPod times, just to give you an idea, to a very large guitar amp. So now, instead of just being all loud on Boys Hill, you can hear it all the way down the hill. So these are blasting. We're all dancing, you know. Want you in my room. We spend the night together from now until 4. Yeah, that is happening. And then we hear again, Doug's coming, scatter. And we all jump out, run down, run out, run to 19B, keep going. And this goes on and on for a little bit. And more senior staff are trying to contain us. And finally, Doug goes, well, they have to tire themselves out at some point. And we do, and then we go to bed. What happens the next day is why this story becomes very unbelievable. The next day, we're at morning flagpole. The song Boom 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 by the Venga Boys comes on in its normal spot. And everyone's losing their minds. Dancing. Everything happens, you know, whatever. Song ends, we keep going. Then flagpole starts. Now, I didn't say why we chose Boom 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 by the Venga Boys, but a certain staff member back in the day, had a habit of saying, "Whoa, whoa, why are you talking?" Almost like robotically, um, with consistency. So, what ends up happening is that they get up on the microphone in front of the entire camp and they begin their announcements, and people are talking and making jokes and what have you. And he says, "Whoa, whoa, why are you talking?" To which the entire camp suddenly turns, looks at him, and goes, "Whoa, whoa, why are you talking? Whoa." And it breaks camp. Like, and I mean like it breaks it. Like everything is done, all sense of control and power is lost. Um, and it was a beautiful, beautiful moment. And it continued throughout the rest of the summer to the point where that song was taken off all playlists for over 10 years. Um, and now it's on playlists again, and I'm the only one who cares. But the reason I chose this is because that's not a belief. No one would ever, no kid now would ever be like, "You broke camp with a song and a rave that was so big and no one stopped you? That's not possible." And we're like, "Yeah, like that would never happen now." Um, Third year seniors who think that they're cool pretend that it would happen now, but it wouldn't. We know it wouldn't. We know because camp does not run the same way it used to. That is what I wanted, and I wanted a core memory. Now, Henry, you asked me about winter camp and winter camp evening activities. Here's a list of winter camp evening activities that I think would be great. One, movie night, but instead of like lemonade, cookies, what have you, we're going hot chocolate marshmallows, like a hot chocolate bar. Delicious. So that's one. Two, I think in the winter more so than in the summer, socials would be enjoyable because you would have to be inside and dance to keep warm. Um, Winter campfires could not be outside, so they would have to be in the rec hall, so they would suck. But we would probably still do campfire. But I think the most important of all of the winter activities, in terms of how terrible of an idea it would be, other than the rock hunt, would be winter capture the flag because it gets dark very early. It is very, very cold at night at camp, and it's just a bad time. As someone who's spent a night at camp in the cold, nope, it's a bad thing. Don't do it. With that said, finally, I have a question for Mr. Greenhut. Um, Henry, as much as I want to stay on this topic of camp, I feel like I'm dying. I am sick. Now, I don't know about you, but like I know that when I'm sick, you take a medicine with it. But what is your go-to sick like habit or like in-home remedy, cold, flu, sick remedy? Like not medicine, but like what do you do outside of the medicine? How do you take care of yourself when you're sick? Help me. I'm dying. Good night.